Some breaking news coming in. This is rather shocking story that we're reporting on from Nashik. 10 people have died in an oxygen leak case. Oxygen supply was stopped for half an hour because of a leak, and patients on ventilator have died because of this gross negligence. The story is coming in from Nashik, where an oxygen leak has stopped the ventilators for half an hour. And that's how 10 patients lost their lives because there was an oxygen leak and the ventilator had to be stopped at the Dr. Zakir Hussain hospital, is what we've been given to understand. 10 people have died in Nashik hospital after this leak that was reported. It stopped ventilators, and 10 patients who were on ventilator support lost their lives because of the ventilator getting stopped. The oxygen supply was stopped for half an hour because of this leak, and the patients were serious and on ventilator support have lost their lives. The tragedy just unfolding in the country. Nashik here in news for all the wrong reasons, where 10 patients suffering from COVID-19 and in a serious condition on ventilator support have lost their lives after an oxygen leak. What we know is that 10 patients have died because of an oxygen leak, and the ventilators had to be stopped because of this, and 10 patients who were on ventilator support unfortunately have lost their lives because of this. Sahil Joshi is getting us more details on that story. Sahil, what really went wrong? Just tell us more.
It's a very unfortunate incident. This is Nashik Municipal Corporation's hospital, and where the oxygen tank, through which the oxygen is supplied to various wards in this particular hospital, as well as the ventilators, it suddenly leaked in the morning, and because of that, the chaos happened within the hospital. The government, the local corporation immediately tried to stop this particular leak, but it took around half an hour to get over this leak, to stop this leak. And meanwhile, there were around 23 patients who were on ventilator in this particular hospital. Some patients were on oxygen. Around 171 patients were there inside the hospital at that particular time, out of which 10 people have lost their life because they needed oxygen supply all the time. But because of the leakage, the supply was stopped, and because of that, the 10 patients have died. It's a very unfortunate incident. The Nashik Municipal Corporation Commissioner has confirmed this, and now the investigation will happen. But right now, what he has also confirmed, that the leakage has been stopped and the oxygen supply has been restored within half an hour's time. But that half an hour crucial time actually have killed 10 people in this Nashik Municipal Corporation's hospital.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely, Sahil, extremely crucial. For a patient who's on a ventilator, every minute is crucial, and this is a full 30 minutes where the oxygen supply the leak led to a stop in the ventilators functioning, and that's how these patients lost their lives. If this is not criminal negligence, if this is not a complete mess of the situation, then what really is? Sahil, thanks for getting us those details. That story and much more also going on our website, which is indiatoday.in, but we'll continue to keep a close eye on that story of that hospital tragedy unfolding in Nashik. Sahil continues to be with us. Sahil, what's the word really from the administration about this lapse as far as the oxygen leak is concerned? Okay, we'll just go back to Sahil in a bit from now. But that's the story we're keeping a close eye on. Well, there was a leak. You can see that leak in these pictures. Sahil was telling us that it took about 30 minutes for authorities there to fix this leak. And by then, 10 patients lost their lives. The ventilators were not functioning right because of this. And in 30 minutes, all of these patients who were serious patients of COVID, given the fact that they were on ventilator support, lost their lives. We'll get in a sense also from what the administration there is saying vis-a-vis this particular lapse that has been seen in Nashik, where 10 people have died in an oxygen leak case. The oxygen supply was stopped for half an hour because of a serious leak that was seen, and patients on ventilator died because of this. They had to wait for 30 minutes before the oxygen supply could be in fact restarted to these patients who needed it the most.